Wauwatosa police claim that a black person, this is what they came out and said later, a black person rolled up on them and stated that a black male was riding around with two white females and he was robbing them. This is what they stated to the police, allegedly, according to the police, frantically. So the police went over, pulled the car over, and you will see exactly the interaction the police had. But this is what happened. The black teen that's in the back of the car, one of the ladies that are white, is his grandmother. Let's roll the clip.
Is everything okay? This is my grandson. That's your grandson?
Yes. This misunderstanding happened Sunday just before noon near Burleigh in Mayfair. Wauwatosa police say an officer was parked patrolling a few blocks away when another car pulled up and frantically told the officer that there was a black man in a car robbing two elderly white women. Captain Brian Zalewski says the people who reported the crime were black. Police pulled over the car and used their speaker to tell the alleged suspect to get out of the car.
Hands up high in the air.
Captain Zalewski says the officers had their guns out down by their side, not pointed at the car. Dominique Elliott witnessed the scene.
I'm guessing it's because he black. I'm just my hypothesis.
He captured the aftermath on his cell phone and says police had their guns pointed at the car.
Like he really was crying. Like he when he walked up to his grandma, he was crying. His grandmother was crying. That's your grandson? My grandson. Wow.
Police say the 18-year-old man got out of the car and they put him in handcuffs. When they found out he was the grandson of one of the women, they let him go.
Okay. Well, I'm guessing what this sounds like is a really big misunderstanding.
Elliott shared the video on social media. He says he understands that police had to make the traffic stop, but think they were too aggressive.
They shouldn't have went that far with it. Like if you would have seen how surrounded this boy was, and like I seen him shaking, and I'm looking like, oh my God, I hope they don't kill him.
Now, when the police came over and the woman said, that's my grandson, that should have been the end of it. But no, they still pulled him out of the car. They still had their hands on their guns. And that could have ended real horribly for that young man. Because, you know, when it comes to us as black men, we are definitely public enemy number one when it comes to the police. You know that. Our skin makes them afraid, especially if you dark skinned. Do you notice more dark skinned black men are killed by the police than our lighter skinned brothers? Yes, a lot of light skinned brothers are killed too, but not like the darker skinned brothers. Think about it. Just really think about it. They are so petrified of a dark skinned black male. Now, when the women told them that, it should have been, oh, okay, and them explaining what happened. Now, if this so-called black person told the police that, who is this black person? Why would they think that this young black man in the back, which he's 18 years old, so that's why he say he's a young black man, why would they assume that he is robbing them? Are they afraid of their life? Did they say, hey, call the police? Did they show some sort of fear? I mean, who is that? Is that some, shucking and jiving coon? Or is this police making it up? We don't know. But the fact is, once they found out the information, there was no reason to have him outside that car once they're telling you this. This is why when it comes to the police, I've talked to many black people and also white people. Some of them that date white people in particular, the police have pulled them over and they would ask the white woman, are you okay? And they would say, I'm fine. Don't care what the black man has to say. That's happened so many times. I've been told that by white women that date black men, and I've definitely been told that by black men. This is why I stated before, it is quite dangerous in this society, especially those police, to be seen and dating and hanging out with a bunch of white women for black men. It ain't worth all that. That's what I say about it. But at the end of the day, your life, do what you want to do. I'm not controlling you. I don't get involved with all that. I am not the date and marry police like some folks like to be in the black community. If they would take that energy they worrying about who dating who and actually marry the black person they want to be with, then we could actually get somewhere as a community. But people like to be so distracted on stupidity instead of focus on the mission at hand. So this young man could have been killed by the police for nothing. And this is in Wisconsin, and these states that don't have a heavy black population, I just don't really advise us to be in those areas. I don't feel comfortable being in a state like that because the population is extremely low when it comes to black folks. I feel better being in areas where we are heavy in numbers. This is why the South, at least in the U.S., is a good place to be, because we have a lot of numbers down here. When you start getting way up north like that, that is not places where black people really reside. So, you know, from my experience and what I've learned is that you put yourself in great danger when you're in areas like that. You just do. But I'm glad the young man didn't get killed by the police. You could tell he was pissed off, the young man, and rightfully so. He didn't do anything wrong. He's with his grandmother. But in this country, hey, black man doing something, let's go overboard. It's been times that the police have been told white people have been doing things, and they just go have conversations with them. But when it comes to black people, they got the guns out. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this particular story. This young man, I'm pretty sure this is going to change his life. But, you know, black men, we have to be careful. Even if you got a white family member, be careful around these police.